Hey guys, it's PlazmaScream, and this week we're going to be talking about our most recent MP season reward, being Blackest Night Superman. And this is a very, very good character, no matter how you choose to use him. He can be used in a bunch of different ways. Really just depends on, you know, what you prefer, what you need him to do for your teams, and, just how much you like him. So, he can either be a carry, or a tank, or a support. He's very good at all those things. He can even be really good on defense because he's a Blackest Knight character, and his passive, kind of nice. He gets heals on each kill. Can't be hit with unblockables, which means you can't just knock him out with someone spamming Ares special 2 over and over and over, brainlessly, trying to cheese you. Nope, it's not gonna work. And also, the necrotic damage is really cool too, because if someone's trying to fight you with, like, for example, a Blackest Knight team of their own. Everyone loves spamming Blackest Knight teams with Flash. He's got like full fourth world gears or Necron Sight and Hawkgirl trying to make him resurrect 10 million times. This will shut that crap down. Because if he's promoted up and crit augmented, and he's getting a special 2 to land unblocked, or even breaks blocks if you have Batman, and he's hitting those really hard special 2 crit attacks, it will do a whole lot of necrotic damage. It will basically make like a whole lot of their health bar just like filled with like this purple bar. And what that means is they're not going to be able to heal upwards to that amount. It'll reduce their maximum amount of health. So if they were to heal, they would not be able to go past that point, and they would be stuck with that amount of health. And you can make it go even higher the more damage he's dealing. So the stronger you make him, the more necrotic damage he will apply to the opponent, and it will not go away. I think it only goes away if they have like reverse flash. And it's also nice if you're fighting someone who likes to use Harley Quinn with Tantu Totem for some reason. We have people out there who will just sit there and spam Totem special 2s 700 times per match whenever they take a little bit of damage, and they will try to heal every little bit off every single time they get hit. This will shut that crap down. Because if he hits them with his crit special 2, it will do a lot of necrotic damage, and they cannot just go into their Totem Harley with revolvers or whatever, and it will not be able to work. So that's really, really nice. This shuts a lot of those cheese strategies down. Same thing if someone's got like OP Pill, Less Corp Chest Armor, Soul Taker Sword, any of that stuff, going to Azrael, it's not going to allow them to heal a whole lot. And what's kind of funny is if you fight someone who's got like a lot of resurrections, like Black Knight Flash or Containment Doomsday, you can honestly fill up their entire health bar with necrotic damage, and they'll basically just have like no health at all. You could just like tap them with like one punch, and they'll just die. They'll have no health left. It's kind of funny. It doesn't happen often, but when you fight a character like that, that can definitely happen. So that is some cool things he's got going on for him. His stats are base 1375 damage and base 1425 health. This is very high stats, and it's actually tied for the highest stats in the game. He has a combined total of 2,800 stats, and the same thing goes for characters like Injustice 2 Superman, who's our challenge character this week, New 2 Superman, Gaslight Batman, Injustice 2 Aquaman, Flashpoint Batman, Batman Jalore Joker, Black Knight Flash. All those characters all have 2,800 base stats, combined. So he's got very, very high stats, which means if you're gonna make him a carry, you can't make him that high. I would probably go be about Elite 7, maybe 8, but I don't think that's a good idea. I think 7 is safe there. And if you're going to pair him with Nuke 2 Black Adam, then you absolutely could, because this guy has a 3 hit, potential 3 KO, special 2. Those are very rare. You do not see those often. Those are very good. Those give you the best chance at knocking out an entire team with one special 2, because each of those hits is going to hit for very, very good damage, over 100k on each hit, which gives you the best shot at one-shotting each member of the opponent's team. And if you have Nipsey Black Adam, they're not even going to be able to block on the tag and after a KO, so he can very easily just run over an entire team with one single special 2. And that is very, very good. Special 1's not so good. It's very weak because it just does power drain. It's not a whole lot of power drain. but I guess it's kind of helpful if he's a support. So let's go over some gears you could put on him. If you're going to make him a carry, especially if you're going to make him use with New 2 Black Adam, this is what I would do. You want Demon Blade and Tainted Totem with max crit chance, and these 2 gears, he will have 100% crit chance, special 2. And then you want Razor Scimitar. The reason why I have Razor Scimitar instead of Master Death Cart, he cannot always chain the first hit of a special 2 from Master Death Cart. So in order for you to make sure you land every single hit and not miss the first hit, it's kind of similar to just do Superman. Same thing. He can sometimes miss the first hit, so you're better off using Razor Scimitar. But make sure every single hits with special 2 lands. You want to use something like this. That way you get 2 bars and tag in. Alternatively, and this will be a little slower, but the plus side is you will tag in on 2 bars, is you could use the Master Death Card instead of Razor Scimitar. Go for a heavy combo immediately on tag in, and then once they get up, they'll try to hit you, and when they do that, then you go for special 2 right there, and they will not be able to block because they're trying to attack you, and you will be able to land a special 2 unblocked. And if you need to tag in again later because maybe you lost your power, you'll be able to do that pretty easily because Totem and Death Card will get you 2 bars again later on if you needed to have that happen. So that is what I would do for, if he was a carry. If you want to make him a carry for defense, I would just use this, instead. Pair him out with Nifty Shazam, Black Knight Batman. That's a great combo I used, a long time ago on my old account. I used these figures, and I did like 4th Worlds, 2 out of 3 plus the Ibistic on Shazam, and then just Batman Helmet, Killer Rock Panic Card Evolved, and Gingold Soda. I think might have been Ninjato, I'm not exactly sure, it's a long time ago. But that set was a really, really good, team on defense for Black Knight Superman. It was really cool because I was really happy to get a defense team for Black Knight Superman that was actually good. That was a big goal of mine to do a long time ago. But that is his setups as a carry. If you want to make him a tank, because he is a Black Knight character and he does give heals and unblockable immunity for Black Knight teams, I would just do Astro plus 4th World. Cannot go wrong with that. And then you would have either Doomsday or Batman as your carry on the Blackest Knight team. The third character would probably be like Hawkgirl or Flash. It just kind of depends on what you want for the team. Alternatively, if you did not want to make him a tank, but you still kind of wanted to do some things with him, you could make him a support like this. If you give him Claw of Horus plus Rags, Razor Scimitar, plus Enchantress, and you get 2 bars, 2 back-to-back special ones will shatter all gears in the opponent because of his special one is a little bit longer. It's a 3-hit special one instead of 1 hit, but because of the little bit of extra time he does from it being 3 hits instead of 1, that is like the exact amount of time you need for the Enchantress Skulls to start coming in, because they don't start flying out immediately after. They take a couple of seconds to start doing that. So with him and his special one, how long it is, 2 special ones back to back will be enough time for the skulls to start hitting. So as soon as that second special one is over, the skulls will come in and they will start playing a gear effects from Claw of Horus. And same thing if you're going to do the Ibistic instead, because maybe you have Claw of Horus on the carry. You could do this and you could apply a whole lot of DOT from Enchanter Skulls, and also apply Power Drain from Rags, which is pretty nice, considering it does not get a whole lot of Power Drain from Special 1. So that would be definitely a good option to use if you want to make him like a secondary damage dealer with some DOT in there, or some a decent support. Batman and Doomsday are such good carries that you don't have to have a crazy good, support character, or you could just make them the support and the carry at the same time because they're both really good at shattering gears. But like if you're not using Claw of Horus on them, you still want to have it on somebody. So like you may as well use it on Superman, and this is a perfectly fine setup. If you did have Claw of Horus on them, again you could use this, like I said. But some other options you could use on Blackest Superman are Clark Kent's glasses. This is really nice because you get crit chance, which won't be that crazy because Special One's kind of weak, like I said. But the power generation is really nice, and what's really cool is you get 100% disable specials on special 1 if you hit it unblocked, or you break block and then hit it, it'll activate it after the block break hit. So if you have this by chance, this is a really, really good pick for him, especially if you use some like DOT setup like this. This will be really nice. You get a lot of power generation from the glasses and Ibistic. You get 18% here, 20% from Ibistic, so it's 38%. And Ibistic will make special one a little bit, stronger. So with that and the crit chance and the crit boost, that'll make a special one hit a little bit harder. We're also applying a lot of DOT. You get 6% from here and 10% from Ibistic, so that's 16% if you're not augmented. Of course, even more than that if you are. You could do, like this right here. That's definitely good. You could throw Quick Engine in there somewhere. You could do Heart of Darkness if you want even more power drain on a special one, because the power drain over time, kind of nice. So that would be good. You could do something like this. Just throwing some options out there. You could do like this. Any of these setups would be very good. I used to use Let's Go Helmet plus Scarecrow's Mask plus Ibistic, so you can use that too. But those are some options you could use. Let's see, what else? If you had a Blackest Night Superman and you wanted to use him on your team, but he's not the carry, and you don't want to just use him as a Gear Shatterer or just a DOT applier, you could do something like this. Let's do Razor Scimitar, and then maybe like Demonic Cloak, and then like Heart of Darkness. That way he could perform as like a secondary damage dealer. And if he were augmented, he would have 80% crit chance from Demonic Cloak, and his augments being 50%. And then he would have a lot of power generation from the combination of Heart of Darkness and Demonic Cloak. This way it would be very easy for him to get 2 bars of all the power generation plus the starting bar of power from Razor Scimitar. And, you're not going to use him like right away. You can kind of wait for him, to get 2 bars. So you can go Batman or Doomsday, do your thing, use your special 2s and all that stuff. And then like if you need to, tag in Superman because maybe, your carry got killed, or maybe it's not safe to use your carry because you're fighting like an Arkham Knight team or a Batman Catwoman team, you can use Superman to do damage. And that would be a good way to use him there. I quite like this because if you have, by chance, a promoted Blackest Night Superman and you don't want to just use him as like just a regular support or whatever, this would make him be able to do some good damage, because Special 2 does hit very hard from his high stats and these gears right here. You could also do, like Ibistic right here as well. It's more power generation but less crit chance, but you do get a lot more DOT in there. And if you want to do special 1s instead of special 2, that would also let you get, again, a lot of power generation from this setup right here. And I think that is about all I can say for Blackest Night Superman. I showed some setups for him to be a carry, and for him to be a support, and for a tank. I can try and show you like a match with him and Snoopy Black Adam, so that you can see, him knock out a whole team. Let's see. Mine's only at 0, so I think that'll do right there. Okay. So I can give you kind of an example of how that team would look. Nope, not you. Where's my Black Adam? Right here. Okay, so you do Black Adam, and then you want to have Batman Prime, because if you're going to use this team, you're actually going to use Superman at a little bit less promotions. So instead of like Elite 7 as a carry, you would do like Elite 5, because Black Adam takes up so much stats and so much team power on the team that you need to reduce the stats of the carry to make sure you're not fighting, enemies with, too high stats, because you want to actually make sure you're one-shotting everybody. If the team power is too high, he's not going to get one-shots in every single hit, and that's not very good. So for this, I would use Demon Blade plus Totem And you could use either Death Cart or Red Skull Scimitar. I'm just going to use Rags right now. And then going to do Fourth World chest plates and Astro Harness and helmets. That way you have Resurrection. And then for Batman, I would do Cloth Horse. And then probably Massive Death Carts and Let's Go Helmet. Or Abe Stick, you could do that too if you wanted to. Just depends what you want more. You want more DOT, you want more protection. Okay. Okay, so this should be... Will you shut up? This should be a full team kill if I get switched to. Okay, right here. Boom. Ooh, damn. Okay. Catwoman got killed by the lightning because she had such low health. And then Cyborg tagged in, and right as he did, he got blasted by that last hit of Superman. That was very nice. Let's see if you can do the same thing with a little bit higher health. Because that Catwoman was very weak. So let me try this one. That was very nice. I do want to mention that the last hit of Special 2 does have a meter burn, which would make the matches take more time because you have to spend so much time tapping on the screen. Okay, there we go. As you see right here, like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like 4 seconds just to use the Special 2. One nice thing about Blackest Superman is it's very easy for him to turtle before going for a Special 2. Look at that. Oh, the skull is very cool looking. So that way he's not going to get his block broken when he's attempting to block. So he's not going to get interrupted by like enemy Blackest Night characters or like a Nightwing using powered Eskimo sticks or someone using Soul Ticker Sword, any of that stuff. So that's going to be really nice for you when you're trying to set up for the Special 2. Like you're trying to block before you go for the Special 2. That will give you a much easier time, landing it unblocked. So that's a big help from Blackest Superman. Actually really helpful. And of course, since he's a carry, he's going to get KOs all the time. So every time he does that, he's going to get free heals. That's really nice. Okay. Here we go. Almost one shots. So close. And he's done. Boom. Oh, he survived. Well, we're not going to survive that one. And you can already see the necrotic damage building up right there. I'm not max crit, so it's not going to be a whole lot. But if I were and I was promoted, it'd be way more than that. Well, there you go. That is how to use Blackest Superman as a carry. And definitely showed you some other options too if that didn't interest you. As for the promotions, like I said, if you're going to use a team like this, I would do like Black Adam Elite 3, Batman Elite 0, Superman about Elite 5. That would be smart to do. If you did not have him on a team with Black Adam, maybe you're going to use a team with, for example, Batman and, let's say, Flash or Hawkgirl. I would make Superman Elite 7, Hawkgirl Elite 0, and then Batman promoted some, let's say, like Elite 2, Elite 3. Probably Elite 2 is smart. That way you have a good support in Batman. Also giving you block break chance as well, which is super nice. Hawkgirl being your tank, Elite 0, and then Superman, of course, being your carry. If you did not use Batman and support, maybe you have him as a carry, which is perfectly valid. You could do maybe Blackest Flash instead as your Gear Shatterer, because Flash is very good at getting a lot of power from the infinite combos. You could definitely give Flash Claw Horse if you want to do that. And then you have, like, let's say, Claw Horse, Abe Stick, Enchantress on Flash, and then Astro. Let's say Fourth World set, or alternatively Astro, Let's Go Helmet, Scarecrow's Mask. That way because she already has a Resurrection anyway, so you don't need to worry about that. And then I would actually probably do the Master's Death card on Superman because, like, if you're not using it on the teammates, you may as well use it on the carry, even if you can't always chain it from the master death card. You can still go for a heavy combo, and then once they get up, then you use pressure 2 to land it unblocked. And if you're going to use them as a support, I would do Superman about like Elite 0, maybe like Elite 1 or 2. It kind of depends on the stats you want for the team. Black Knight characters are pretty important, so you gotta be careful with their stats. So I would do like Black Knight Superman, kind of low promoted, if promoted at all. And then like the tank, usually Flash or Hawkgirl, whoever you got, Elite 0. And then the carry, which is usually Batman or Doomsday. Batman would be up to Elite 9, Doomsday about Elite 8. You can also do Elite 9, but I think Elite 8's smart. That's where I got mine right now. And if he was going to be the tank, then he would just be Elite 0. And you would have, say, Batman as support or Flash. It's up to you. And he'd be either like somewhere from Elite 0 to Elite 2, around there. Let's say either Doomsday or Batman as a carry. Like I said, 9 or 8, depending on which one it is. And that's be how you would construct, those Black Knight teams. It just really depends on how you want to use Superman. He's very flexible. He's can be used in, all kinds of ways. It really just depends on which ones you like, which one of these, options that I've shown you guys today that look good to you and look like something that you would enjoy and appreciate. It just really depends on how you want to use him, because he can be used all kinds of different ways. He's a very good character. He's not like super top tier, like, S rank or nothing like that, but he's like a very solid A rank character. He's definitely useful. You should definitely get him if you don't have him. Definitely recommend getting Superman next time he comes around. Even if he's just Elite 0, like I said, he's still a great character to have. His passive is really appreciated, and he's just a really cool character too. He just looks sick. Like, look at this guy. I love his design and his passive. Just really cool looking. Legit one of my favorite characters in the entire game. What a beast. But yeah, that's about all I can show you guys for Black Knight Superman, and I hope you guys enjoyed and learned some things today about this really cool and sick character. I do want to mention that we do have a Just 2 Supermans challenge right now, so I'm going to go over it real quick. You do need a Harley Quinn, a Solomon Grundy, and a Doomsday Prime. Harley and Grundy are pretty easy to get. You can just get them as bronzes. Doomsday, you can get them as a silver, as Regime Doomsday, or maybe as a gold, like Prime Doomsday from the store. I do think you get a free Doomsday from one of these fights, so you may not even have to buy him from the store, because I do believe I saw somebody get a free Doomsday from one of these challenges here, 1 through 4. So you may not even have to purchase one, so that'd be pretty cool. But you definitely should do the challenge, because Just 2 Superman is pretty rare. This is basically the easiest way to get him, being his challenge. If you don't get him from his challenge, you miss the direct promotions, and it's a lot harder to get him, because then the only chance to get him is from Phantom Zone or Instrumental Pro Packs or Shazam Celebration Packs, and none of those are guaranteed. So definitely play this challenge and get Superman. You don't want to miss this guy. And we have Cloak of Destiny as well as the MP season reward, and you want to get that too, so you can use it on your Luchador Bane and all that good stuff. But yeah, that's about all I can say about the really cool Black Knight Superman. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for listening. Much appreciated. Appreciate you guys for coming to listen about what I have to say about these really cool characters and setups. And hope you all have a nice rest of your days. Thank you.